Hi everyone, Guy here from Prismic, and welcome to the summer edition of the Prismic Chronicles. So you may know me from some of our other videos. I am the product manager of the page builder team, and this edition of the Chronicles is a page builder takeover. So one of the really cool things about the page builder is the speed at which we've been able to ship new features and continue to enhance and improve this awesome new tool. And so today's video, I just want to demo the most up-to-date version of the page builder and highlight some of the new features that we have, some of the smaller enhancements that we've made. And so we'll just be running through a really quick demo of how to build a page with the very latest, most awesome version of the page builder. So seeing as it's the page builder takeover today, the page that we're going to be building, that I'm going to do this demo on, is the page builder landing page on prismic.io. Hopefully everyone's seen this page before. But as you'll see, there's a bunch of different sections or different slices here that we're going to rebuild. So at the top, we have like a hero section with a nice title, some buttons, some call to actions, an image. We have this features section with this nice accordion on the side. We have a testimonial. We have another accordion here, and then we have this other call to action slice as well. So we're going to be running through all of those today. So you see here, I'm in a blank page on my Prismic repository, a nice new untitled document. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a slice. We'll start at the beginning. We'll start with the hero. So you see when I click on the add slice button, I have all the slices that are available to me for this custom type. I can click on them. I can see all these wonderful previews of these different slices. Now again, starting with the hero. So I think this one is closest to what we have on that page. So with a title, the eyebrow, the subtext, the buttons, and the image in the middle. So I'm going to add that slice there, and I'm going to start adding my content. So start with the eyebrow, I want that to be blue, add the heading, add the subheading, and actually that's added it in bold because that's what I have in my text editor. So I'm just going to use the bubble menu and I'm going to unbold that. Now you'll see that the title of the page has been taken from the heading there, also the UID as well. So it's a super useful feature. Again, the UID is a compulsory field. So if you don't add one, we will take it from the text, and similarly with the title as well. If you don't add one, we will take it from the content of the page. All right, so now I want to add some images to the page. Well, firstly, I want to add my header image, but I'm just going to go ahead and add all my images at the same time that I need for this page. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to bulk select all of these images, and I'm just going to add a tag to all of these. So firstly, this is a page builder page. It's also a landing page, and maybe I will just put a new tag. So I'm going to create one called demo. I'm going to add that as well and add that tag to all of those pages. One of the things I've noticed as well is actually there is a typo in one of my images. So kebab options, I'm going to update that. Cool, so I've got all my images in there. I've got them all tagged. I'm going to add my header image to the page. And voila, already starting to look exactly like what we had on the web page. There's just one thing that's missing, that is the buttons. So I'm going to add a couple of buttons. So the first one is going to be the get started. And that's just to prompt users to create a repo with Prismic. I'm going to add the URL in there. I'm going to have it as the primary button. I'm going to add the second button. That is our request demo. Again, getting in touch with our awesome sales team. And I guess this will be the secondary button. Now, one of the recent updates in the page builder is adding the drag and drop to the group field. So if I want to change the order and I want to have the requested demo first, simply just drag it, and vice versa with the get started. So super cool, super powerful feature, enabling you to reorder items in your group. Now, another small, super powerful feature that we added recently to the page builder is basically protecting you against losing any of your unsaved changes. So in this case, imagine that I've added an S here or something like that, just a super small change. You see I have my unsaved draft, but if I click between versions and I go back to the last saved one, it's just going to let me know that, hey, you're about to leave, you have unsaved changes, you save them or discard. I'm going to discard. But same principle applies when you're leaving the page, navigating between published, release versions, all that sort of stuff. Cool, now we're going to jump back to the page building. So the next slice that I'm going to add is going to be that benefits accordion slices. So all the wonderful benefits of the page builder. So benefits, I have a bunch of different slices I can use here. And again, I think the one that I want is going to be the accordion one. So I'm going to select the slice and here we go. So first things first, I'm just going to copy and paste in the headline. Right now with this accordion, obviously I have these multiple group items and each one has a heading, subheading, and an image. So I'm just going to add those in now. Also, now I'm going to add my image. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to apply all those filters that I added before, just so I have all of the right images there. Now the first one, this is about the slice selector. So all of the options of slices that you have available. So I'm going to add that one. I'm going to add it to my page. I'm going to add the next item. So this is the easy navigation. And add the navigation image. So again, this feature is just enabling me to navigate with my table of slices. This last one is, sorry, it's not the last one. It's the next one is seeing your results in real time. So again, that's what we're seeing when we're adding content to the slices, is how that information is added to the page. That's this one here. And then the real last one this time is drag and drop. So similar to how we have the drag and drop in the group field, we also have that in our table of slices. So I can bring that up to the top. I can reorder just like that. Cool, so now our page is starting to come together. So we've got our header and our accordion, our features slice. Now the next one that we are going to add is going to be our testimonial slice. So I just want the default one there. I just want to add the quote, the logo, and the information regarding the person giving the testimonial. So I'm going to add that in there. And my information for this slice is within a repeatable zone. So firstly, I'm going to add the quote, then I'm going to add the author, and I'm going to add the author information. I'm going to add the images. So firstly, I'm just going to use my tags again. It's just going to make it much easier for me to get all of the stuff that I want. So use the first one, logo, adding that in. And then the second one, again, I'm going to use my tags. It's going to be Yuri. Cool. And now we've got our testimonial. And the last one that we want to add is the call to action. So I'm going to scroll down here. I'm going to see all of my call to action slices. So I think the one that I want is this call to action illustrated slice. I'm going to add that in there. It's navigated straight away. And firstly, I'm going to add copy. So take the page builder for a spin. And I have a button. So this is in the repeatable zone. Well, my call to action. So add that in there. It's a tertiary. And then the link is to try out Prismic. It's linked to a web page. Open a new tab. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the image. So again, it's super easy for me if I just use my filters, or the ones that I added before. In this case, it's this footer image. Add it to the page, and voila. So there it is. Really quickly put together all of my slices for the page using the page builder. And now I'm going to save again. Now what I also want to do is I actually want to update this page with some new features that are coming soon. And so I want to have this version ready for when those features are available. They're going to be live on the 30th of August. So what I can do is I can create a release. Now I have my release version of the page as well. And so those changes are going to come live on the 30th of August. But then also maybe I have some changes that are going to go live on the 30th of September. So we have this cascading rhythm of releases, so once a month, and I want to update that landing page again, making sure it's always up to date. So I can then create another release version on top of that, and that will eventually be published as well. Now imagine that I also want to have a version of my webpage in French. This is another market that my company is in. What I can now do with Prismic is I can translate that page with AI. So if I jump to copy to another locale, you see there I have the option to translate. I can select the target language, in this case, French, and I'll be able to translate that page and have a version in my French locale as well. For more information on the AI feature, you can check out the summer edition of the Prismic Chronicle, where the team does a really nice demo and runs through that in a bit more detail. But for this edition of the Chronicle, that's it. Look forward to seeing you next time. Take care. Ciao.